affirmations are, they're positive sayings you can use every day. They build self-esteem so you can be more confident. Gail's Book of Affirmations has great ones you and your family will enjoy. Try today. Check out my other books as well on Amazon.
It's time to read a story, a bedtime story. It's time to read a story with Miss Pat. It's time to read a story, a bedtime story. It's time to read a story with Miss Pat. So I hope that you log on, 'cause by the end of this song, we'll be ready to read a story, a bedtime story. Get ready to read a story with Miss Pat.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Bedtime Stories with Miss Pat. I hope all of you had an awesome, wonderful, terrific, magnificent day today, and also hope you enjoyed your weekend. Well, guys, tonight I have with me Author Gail Ann Brown, and she's going to be reading her book tonight called The Word on Our Street. Yes, The Word on Our Street. And I can't wait to see what's happening on your street. Can you? Well, guys, before we get started, what I need you to do, I need you guys to go ahead and start sharing this broadcast. I've started already. Go ahead, pick up your phone, start hitting those share buttons to some of your family and friends that may have children or someone that might want to know what this show is all about. And maybe they want to be a guest here on my channel as well. Well, guys, before we get started, I want you to send up those likes and give us those hearts. And if you're a first-time listener, I need you to drop your name in the comment box below and let me know that you're a first-time listener, and someone will have an opportunity to win a copy of The Word on Our Street book. Yes, drop your name in the comment box below. This could belong to you. And also, if you have any comments while my author is reading, drop them in the comment box and we'll read those at the end of the show. Well, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Let me bring my guest on the screen. Hi, Miss Gail.
Hi, Miss Pat.
How are you today?
Doing well, thank you.
Yes. Are you excited about the show tonight?
I am, and I appreciate you having me on. I'm so excited to share my book with
Oh, you're so welcome.
your
Miss Gail,
audience.
I am going to come off the screen, and you will have the full screen to do whatever it is that you want to do. You can read, you can talk, but when you're done reading, I'll come back to the screen and ask you a few questions, and then we'll see if there's any comments in the comment box from any of our listeners, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good night, everyone. So, my name is, I'm the author of the book, The World on Our Street, and so I will be sharing that with you tonight. Let's dive right in. This book is about two siblings and their summer adventures. So I hope you will enjoy, and I look forward to any questions you will have after the reading. Jordan and Ava loved summertime. It was the time of year that the whole family usually went on an adventure, sometimes traveling to faraway places. Mama, what are we doing for summer vacation this year? Asked Jordan. Are we going on a plane again? Asked Ava. School just got out for summer vacation, and Jordan and Ava were eager to know the family's summer plans. So here's Mama and Jordan and Ava finding out what plans there are for the summer vacation. Well, kids, this year we will be doing something a bit different. We're having a staycation. A staycation? What's that? Ava asked. What do you do on a staycation? Jordan asked. A staycation, Mom explained, is a vacation you have at home instead of traveling away. That sounds boring, Jordan complained. It's gonna be fun, Ava said. At dinner that evening, Jordan was still not happy about the idea of a staycation. Dad, Mom says we're doing a staycation this summer. It sounds boring. There's nothing to do but stay home. Jordan sighed as he expressed how he disliked the idea. Well, Jordan, sometimes things have to change and we can find new ways of doing things. Dad explained. I'm sure you and Ava will have fun on our staycation. Mom and I have some plans I know you will enjoy. What will we do first? Ava asked. First, we'll have a potluck, Mom explained. What's a potluck? Jordan asked. Well, it's a dinner where friends come over and they bring their favorite dish, Mom explained. That means we can try different kinds of food that our neighbors bring, Dad said. That sounds yummy, Jordan said. There will be lots of food, Ava shouted. Everyone laughed. On the day of the potluck, Jordan and Ava helped their mom and dad get the house ready for all their guests. They baked their favorite cookies with mom and helped to set the table. Dad made his famous barbecue on the grill. Everything smelled so good. Here they are working in the kitchen. We have a surprise for you, said Mom. What is it? Asked Jordan. Everyone coming to the potluck will dress up in their native dress, Mom said. What is native dress? Asked Ava. It is the style of dress from the country where you were born, Dad said. You see, some of our neighbors come from other countries, explained Mom. So in their home country, they might wear different kinds of clothes. Sometimes the color you wear shows the country or area you come from. So what are we going to wear? Jordan asked. Since Daddy comes from Jamaica, we thought the family could wear Jamaican native dress, said Mom. Do I get a Jamaican dress too? Asked Ava. Yes, you do. In fact, Grandma made a dress especially for you, Dad said. Awesome, Ava shouted. Soon everyone was dressed and ready to welcome their guest. Ava loved her dress and twirled around the living room. Jordan felt special in his Jamaican tropical shirt. Mom, you look pretty, said Jordan. Thanks, sweetie. So do you, answered Mom. There's everybody all dressed up in their Jamaican dress. Soon the time came for the guests to arrive, and the family worked together to set out the food they prepared. The doorbell rang, and Jordan shouted, They're here! Dad opened the door. All that scrumptious food. It was a wonderful sight to see neighbors that lived on their street dressed in many different colorful outfits. Parents and kids wore matching outfits like Jordan and Ava and their parents. Right here in their house were people from all over the world, and they brought a dish from their home country. So here are the different native dress. Everyone went on the patio and put out the food on the buffet for all to enjoy. Everything smelled delicious. Can we eat now? Asked Jordan. Ava whined, I'm hungry too. Dad shouted, let's eat. So here they are, all the food. The potluck was a big success. Everyone had a great time trying new foods and talking about the country they came from. Soon it was time for bed. Mom and Dad came to tuck Jordan and Ava in bed. Bedtime. Did you enjoy the potluck? Dad asked. It was great, Jordan said, bouncing in his bed. I love all the pretty clothes, Ava said, yawning. I learned a lot too, Jordan said. Did you know we have neighbors from Liberia, Sweden, China, Colombia, and New Zealand? Wow, that's a lot of places, Mom said. Mom, Dad, we have the world on our street, shouted Jordan. They all laughed. And that is the end.
Thank you, Miss Gail. That was so much fun. And you know, I
Thank
was looking
you.
at I was looking at the outside of the book, and you wouldn't think that the inside went that way. If, but just by looking at the outside of it, you would not think that you would be talking about different foods and different ways that people dress. And so it kind of took me by surprise when you started reading the book. So, hi, Andrea, how are you? So, Miss Gail, tell us a little bit about Jordan and Ava. And this story, was Jordan and Ava based on any particular person? And yeah, well, go ahead and start and tell us that first.
Yeah, well, actually, yes. Those two characters were actually based on my own two children when they were much younger, of course. They're now in their teens.
Oh, wow. So let me ask you, because I know you by your accent, um, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Jamaica,
Right. And so is that how that
but I've lived in
you I'm sorry, you froze on us for a second. What was your
oh, I was just saying that I moved to the United States in the late 90s,
awesome?
but I
And
was born and grown in Jamaica.
so what gave you the idea of this book, The Word on the Street, how you got the title and to put it in with the different cultures of food and clothing?
Well, two things inspired the book. We lived in Georgia for a while, and the street we lived on was very diverse. It was quite interesting. We literally had neighbors from all over the world. My neighbor right next to me was from India. The one down the street was from Liberia. We had Spanish
Wow.
neighbors. So that was one of the inspirations. And then the next thing, I'm also a social studies teacher.
Okay.
And, in interacting with some of my students in the classroom, it became apparent to me that many kids did not really know a lot about other countries and cultures.
Mm-hmm.
They they just didn't have that
Right.
exposure. And
Right.
so I thought a book like this would be an opportunity for them to kind of understand the concept that it is possible that right in your own neighborhood, you could have a diversity of people from different places. And, through their food and their dress, we could get like an insight into their culture.
Right. What is one of your favorite Jamaican dishes?
Oh, there's so many, but I think we have a dish called stew peas and rice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not very, I don't think it's very popular in the States, but if you live somewhere that where there's a dense Jamaican population, you will see it
Mm-hmm.
on the menu. It's a little interesting because
You're frozen on my end, Miss. There. Okay. Miss.
I do apologize.
That's okay, Miss Gail. So one of my favorite dishes that I like is the curry chicken, the jerk chicken. Is that Jamaican?
Yes, it is. Very authentic Jamaican dish.
Yeah.
It came out of
Mhm.
the slave population in Jamaica because before, of course, refrigeration, they would spice the meat and smoke it,
Mhm.
and that's where jerk came from. And it's prepared similarly. If you go to Jamaica and you go to a authentic jerk place, that's how it's still prepared. It's very spicy, it's very well seasoned, and then they
Yeah,
they
I love
put it
spicy.
in a like a smoke pot, in a smoke with raw fire, and smoke the meat.
Mhm. Oh wow, I love spicy. So Miss Gail, outside of writing and outside of being a science teacher, that I heard you say, what else is it that we can know about you?
Well, I'm an avid beach girl. I grew up going to the beach a lot in Jamaica, and that's still a part of my heart. Anytime I have a free moment, I head to the beach. I live in sunny South Florida now, so that's very
Oh.
accessible.
Mm-hmm.
And I just enjoy being outside. Now with COVID, it's a little tricky, but
Right. Yeah.
I still take my kids out and about as much as we can, and my husband, and just enjoy nature.
Right. Is this your first book, or do you have another book?
Yes, this is my first debut book. This was released earlier this year, and I am currently working on my second book to follow up. It will be The World in Our School, and
Oh, that's gonna be great.
hopefully, I'm working to have that out in another month or so.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get to hear that one. Yes. To those that are just tuning in, you're listening to Miss Gail Ann Brown. She is the author of The World on Our Street. And when you look at the cover, it's not really what you guys think. It's about a little girl and a little boy. I guess they wanted to go on vacation, but she talks a lot of book about in her book about different types of food and different types of dress that you wear in that people wear. And so here's one of them here where the kids got dressed up and look, and the little girl dresses like the mommies. If you are a first time listener and you have not received the book from me, make sure you drop your name in the comment box below, and somebody could win a copy of The Word on the Streets. I can't wait to read the second one, Loving It, Gail Ann Brown, from Charmaine Bather. I think I said her name right.
Uh,
Did I say her name right?
yes, I thank you. I'm
Yes.
Charmaine
Yes.
Bather.
Can you hear me, Miss Gail?
Yes, I can hear
Oh, okay.
you.
Because I see no, that's like on my end. freeze a little bit. So I don't know if it's freezing on the other end or not. So Ms. Gail, can you tell us where we can purchase your book?
Yes, my book is available on Amazon right now. So if you put the title in your search
Mm-hmm.
in Amazon, it will be available there
Okay.
for purchase.
Awesome. Do anyone that's listening have any questions for our guest on tonight? If you do, put it in the comment box and I'll read it off, and we'll make sure that she answers those questions for you guys on tonight. Miss Gail, talk to us about your illustrations and the different pictures and stuff that you put in. Was most of these your idea? Was it something that came from the illustrator?
Well, I will say that the concepts were my own, but I'm not artistically gifted, unfortunately. So I did have an illustrator work with me on producing the graphics. But definitely, two things I wanted to capture is to, of course, have people of color in the book because I
Mm-hmm.
thought that would be very important to my readers, and getting diversity in the book. We want to see more people, brown,
Mm-hmm.
black, you know, diverse colors, and the new sense of inclusion to make sure that we include all persons in the book.
Right.
And then, of course, I wanted it to show, the family setting and also the neighborhood setting,
Mm-hmm.
where
And
it's
that's awesome. I'm
families with
glad that
kids.
yeah, and I'm glad. I'm quite. Do the kids have you? I know you read it in your school. What are some of the reviews that you've gotten from your kids, from your students?
Well, my students are middle schoolers, but I had an opportunity to read it to some elementary kids, and they were just excited. I think they were more excited about the fact that I'm a teacher and I wrote a book.
Yeah.
But they they were like, "Oh, Miss Gail wrote a book,"
Mhm. Now
but they
you're the
also,
famous teacher in the school now.
yeah. But they did enjoy the storyline. I had a lot of questions about the different countries
Mhm.
and the way the people dress and things like that.
So so
So,
when you so when you
and
talked about the
it kind of
Mhm.
achieved what I wanted.
Yeah. So when you talked about the different countries and the different foods, did you talk to people from other countries, or was these some of the countries that you visited, or it was just something you researched?
Uh, s- some of them were, well, most of them were countries that I've interacted with people from those countries. So a couple of them, and some I've been personally aware through friends and people I've met. The different types of food they eat,
Hmm.
and of course, their cultural dress and things like that.
Awesome. Let me see if I can check my phone, because sometimes I have things that come up on my phone that don't come on my screen. If anyone's listening and you have not received a copy of Miss Gail's book, just put in the comment box, I did not receive a copy. And I'll make sure that I get it in the mail to you on tomorrow. Well, yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Well, Miss Gail, how many kids do you have?
I
And what
have
did they
two. I
say
have
about them?
a son and a daughter.
And how do they feel about their mom being an author and out showcasing her book?
They were very excited. They watched me go through the process. I've been working on this book for a couple of years,
Oh wow.
largely because, of course, as an independent author,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes cost restraints to get, all the production done, the graphics done. But I was finally find a team that was able to help me to bring it, you know, to life.
Her life. Mm-hmm.
And so, I I've got feedback from them as a youth, because sometimes you see things from an adult's point of
Right.
view. So I wanted to get their feedback to see, if it's appealing to kids, if they like the storyline
Mhm.
and things. So they were very excited. It was a team effort with my kids too.
Wow. I like the way you said that because you're the first person I think that's been on the show that said that they worked with the team and actually to get feedback on what the book would be like, and especially coming from a kid's point of view. And that is, I think so often that maybe authors, when they're writing a book, that they are looking in their eyes and what they're seeing. And maybe some did talk with some of the kids, but never, said that they did. But it is good when we can um, go to the kids and find out, hey, what do you think about this? Because our ideas, because like you say, their world is so different from our world. And so to see from their eyes is such a good thing. So I like that. What was one of the favorite parts of the book? What was one of your favorite parts of the book?
I think my favorite part was when all the neighbors got together,
Mm-hmm.
when the neighbors came over with the different foods and they set it out on the tables. I've been to many potlucks myself, and that's usually the interesting part, to try new food.
So, Miss Gail, before we leave the air, I want you to leave us with a word of encouragement.
Well, one of the things I am a big advocate for is just to get to know the people you live with,
Mm,
um, to include, your neighbors, get to know their culture.
mm,
We may not be able to actually get on a plane and go to different places, but you might just be surprised. The person that lives in your building or on your street might be from somewhere else, and you can learn a lot. And that, I think, will help to make the world a little smaller, because we bring
yes.
the world right into our own street.
Yes, I like that. Well, everyone, I want to thank you for tuning into Bedtime Stories with Miss Pat and listening to Miss Gail Ann Brown and her book, The Word on Our Street. I know one posted that they did not receive it yet. I will check later on tonight. And if someone put it in, I will send this book to them. Other than that, tomorrow I will be reading this book to my students. Tomorrow, when I get to school, so Ms. Brown, I will be reading that book if nobody claims it. Well, guys, I want you to join me back here on Thursday night with another author. And go ahead and spread the word and let everybody know about bedtime stories. We would love for them to jump on over here and find out what's going on over here on Bedtime Stories, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're here every Monday and some Mondays, every Tuesday and Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live. Find us on Roku. Don't forget, check us out on your Roku channel every Saturday. I think it moved from 9:30 to 10, but check us out on your Roku channel under Inspired Living Network. You can find us on YouTube and also on Instagram. And if you know anybody that wants to be a guest on the show, tell them to find me on Facebook. And I'll make sure that I find a spot for them somewhere this year. If not, I'll make sure I get them in on next year. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a blessed night.